Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another month of hits and misses. We are going to be discussing my favorites and not so favorite products that I have strong opinions of, either positive or negative, within the month of May. If you like this kind of video, also stick around, because usually shortly after my hits and misses, I will also upload my monthly makeup rotation, Shop My Stash, where I talk about products that I had pulled out for that month, and then we put whatever back, and then we pulled more stuff out for the next month. I feel like May was a very interesting month for me. I did have some like kind of bumpy high, low. Any of y'all that are like with me on the Snapchat and everything like that are aware of like just kind of the that we've been doing. So I don't think for that month I was that, I don't know, adventurous, or I just wasn't, you know, there wasn't as much makeup involvement, I feel, in May than there have been a couple other months. But like usual, we are going to start with some music that I had been absolutely loving, one of which being, you know, whenever you watch things on YouTube and then YouTube's like, oh, look at this is similar, you should watch this. Well, I had been listening to my usual like Gothic playlist, which one of my favorite bands on there is Within Temptation. Well, there was this in concert Within Temptation thing, and I clicked it and I was like, this song is boppin'. And although I consider myself relatively well learned in the Within Temptation discography situation, I do not know every song of theirs under the sun. And apparently this was one of them. It is their song Dangerous Mind, which, if I am not mistaken, it is either before the Silent Force, kind of with the Silent Force, or just after. And the whole songs, there's like a whole whatever, another album, mini whatever that came with something else. That whole vibe is very Silent Force timeline. But I have been working very hardcore on a couple of my different books, one of which being my main vampire story, and this song has been absolute perfection for one of my main characters, Nadia, who is the romantic significant other wife of the other main character, Ilya. And so it was just, the versage, the words, and the beauty, and the build-up, the Silent Force for Within Temptation is honestly, I would say Silent Force, Heart of Everything, is like what I consider peak perfection for them. And so this song just has such a beautifully deep, dark, and wonderful, amazing theme to it, and it's been very good and very influential for me and my whole vampire-isms recently. I apologize like usual if it looks like I am sweating profusely. It's because I am. I was lucky enough to receive that genetic disposition from my father. If you're watching this, thank you, Dad. That is the one song that really stuck out to me. Usually I do too, but you know, that's the one that really like, whoo, I've been like listening to over and over and over again on repeat when I'm in the shower, when I'm cleaning, when I need some artistic inspiration. The next thing is not a beauty item either, and this is the second time, I don't know, second whatever. It's a purse. It's the purse I've been using 24/7 ever since I got it. No, this purse inclusion is not sponsored, although if this brand ever wants to sponsor me, hit me up. I would accept that shiz. This is a handbag from Killstar. Y'all know I am a huge fan of their purses, and this one is the Allegra. If I'm wrong, I'll pop the name up right here and down below with the link. But it is this bad boy right here. I filmed my haul with this once and then accidentally deleted the footage, so I'm not sure what's happening with that. But it's just a very super simple, streamlined, constructed bag. Usually when it comes to purses, I like something a little bit more like ornate, a little bit out there, and I expected this one to be like slimmer, like I think like laptop size, not size, but laptop bag thickness, but it is not. It has a lot of space, and this is the perfect alternative everyday bag. Like you want to show a little whatever, you want to be a little edgy, a little gothy, a little witchy, but at the same time, it's just so practical. You just open this bad boy up. You've got a lot of room up in there. It's got this little section here that you can actually put stuff in here. I mean, I guess that would be good if you put like, I don't know, wallet or money in there, make it harder to steal. But this is such the perfect, just go with anything, you know, comfy alternative, dressed up alternative. It is, like I said, it's just the perfect everyday, just essential bag. If I could recommend one like quality bag from Killstar that you're going to get a lot of use out of and it's going to be great, this one, I really, really like it. And ever since I got it, ever since I took the whatever out of it, I've just been using it anytime I go anywhere. All right, on to the makeup. We actually don't have a lot of like, oh, this is new and I have an opinion on it because y'all know, excuse me. Y'all know that I've been on my low buy, so I've really only been trying to purchase things that I'm going to be like, that are significant reviews, like eyeshadow palettes and such like that. So there isn't a lot new rotating into my collection. We're mostly pulling from those makeup rotations, which is fantastic. I'm really enjoying that. Like I said, my low buy has been going so good, and I foresee myself carrying on the trend in through 2021. But firstly, we will talk about the obvious hit for this month. I will leave my review for this down below. This is the Melt Cosmetics 420 palette. I mean, color story alone, this thing is my shiznit. These are my colors, my tones. It's like yellow based green, brown, grungy, cool tone situation, which I have actually been kind of diving more into cool tones. I was a little bit upset that I didn't get my hand on the cremated palette by Jeffree Star. I'm not too sussed about it. It has a lot of whatever, but I was ready to embrace my cool tone loving whatever. But this is an absolutely beautiful palette. You have one shimmer. That shimmer to matte ratio makes my little heart go pity pat. And the quality of these is absolutely beautiful. This is the same quality I would say you get in Gemini, 27, the Rust palette. You know, this is right on up there. And I said when I reviewed it, this is probably going to be, I mean, it's definitely going to be in my best makeup products of 2020, probably along with the Rust palette, because both that and this are absolutely stunning. Obviously, go check out that review if you want to have a little bit more in depth, but this is just it is beautiful. Then a palette that is relatively new to me. You would have seen me pull this in last month's Shop My Stash. It is the Natasha De Nonna Diamond and Blush Face Palette. When these went on sale for like 50% off on Sephora, I had so many of y'all,
don't mean to be an enabler, but did you see this?
And I went and I got me some. This one is in 01 Darya. I'm actually wearing a mixture of the Duo Glow here that you can't see. The Duo Glow and the Glow Extreme on my... I'm sweating, so my hair is sticking to my face. But I am wearing a mixture of that right here. I did just the Glow Extreme on my nose. I absolutely love this. Y'all know that when it comes to cream products, basically I love Natasha De Nonna, and that's about it. And this palette here is no exception. These two blushes are beyond exquisite. These highlighters are beautiful. This is like it's like a purpley goldy duochrome. It's very unique. And part of what I love about this formula is that you don't have to use like your finger or a sponge. These pick up beautiful with just the typical blush and highlighter brushes that I use, so I don't have to reach for anything special or different to make these work. And her products just look so nice on the skin, very smooth, glass-like, healthy, glowy. I will say though, I don't think it is worth $80 at like the 44 price point. Yeah, this is bomb diggity. Even at like the 50 or 55 price point, yeah, sure, go on in. But 84 or 88 seems a little steep. So if you've been interested in getting this one or the other one, I would recommend jumping on that sale. They are still on sale as of filming this. I would get it now rather than waiting for it to go back to its original price, because it's definitely worth the sale price. Not so much that that's just overpriced. But I have really been loving this one. Then two misses that they're not total misses. Well, one of them is like a total. They're kind of like. I've learned that I don't like these as much as I did when I first got them, and not as much as something else that I love. So I have been very much into using up what I have before I buy or start something new. I'm not just open shiz up willy-nilly and bouncing back and forth. I'm like, I'm gonna use you and I'm gonna use all of you before I open up another setting spray, which I really want to do, because my end-all be-all holy grail setting spray is the Morphe Continuous something Strawberry Jeffree Star Mist. But I pulled out the Too Faced Do You Fresh Glow Setting Spray. This is a nice spray. It does have glitter in it. Not a huge amount, just enough to be slightly annoying. I do like a spray that gives me kind of that dewy, luminous look without having glitter in it. But even with that being said, you know, it's still pretty good. The problem with this, from when I first got it, which was whenever this whatever launched, right? The applicator, the sprayer is like busted. Like, oh, okay, there we go. There's a little. Gotta press down super hard to get this shiz to come out. And then whilst I was gathering everything to film this thing, I dropped it in the midst of it falling. It broke off one of my nails that I had to re-glue on, and it busted the top even more. So while the product is nice and it's got, you know, a little bit of glitter, while using it, I've just learned that it's a bit of a pain and I don't like it as much as other things that I have. Next up is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set Setting Spray. Now I like this. If I want to set my makeup, I will use this. Typically I prefer a hydrating setting spray that after I put it on, I can kind of, you know, gently, you know, smooth out my foundation and kind of add that in there. This sets your makeup. So when I go to do that, it kind of removes it rather than kind of smoothing it into my skin. And now while this will give me a really nice finish on my face, it is very dewy, it is very setting, I don't like the fact that it sets so much I can't go in with my sponge and then sort of blend my highlighter and foundation all into one beautiful smooth application. And that is just a personal thing, but compared to the Morphe one, that's the one that I'm going to continue repurchasing, not this one or the Too Faced one, although I am going to be using this up before I open another one of them Morphe ones. Then a skincare hit, because skincare is muy importante to me. This is something that I got in one of my hauls. A couple of y'all had recommended this. This is the Tarte Knockout Daily Exfoliating Cleanser with AHA plus BHA. I'm not ashamed to admit that I honestly have no idea what that means. But I have started using this after I finished up one I had from More Pacific, and this is so nice. I have really been enjoying this. You only need a teeny tiny, they say to use a dime amount size of product, and that's very true. You do not need a lot when you are using this. It's got almost like a menthol, like it's like almost minty. It's very cooling on the skin, very fresh and very invigorating. I find that this really cleanses my skin without stripping it or making it feel like it's getting, you know, too overworked. I think I have another cleanser that I'm going to start using after I finish this one up. But if I were to be in the market to buy another one and I didn't have so much skincare on backup already, this is one that I would definitely buy. It has just been so blinking good, and I've noticed my skin, you know, it's not as red, it's not as textured, it hasn't been as prone to breaking out or just not looking as good. I've had a really good experience with this cleanser. Another makeup thing that I've actually had for a while, I may have reviewed it because it was something something from Octoly. Not sure if I got it by itself or it was in a kit, but something from Amore Pacific is the Treatment Enzyme Peel Cleansing Powder. Now this is an everyday this cleanser, but I like to use this type of thing. I'll start with like the Tarte and then I'll go in with something that gently exfoliates, and this is something that I like using for that. Now I had been using the Tarte Rice Polish, and one of y'all, I think on my skincare video, was all like, hey, I think it was on products, pretty sure it was on PR products that I would purchase myself, and one of you all mentioned this and you were like, it's amazing, I love it, it's better than the Tatcha one. And I thought to myself, I have this shiz, I was using it for a while, I should pick this up again. And not gonna lie, I probably like this better than the Tatcha one. It just makes my skin feel like a baby's butt. You don't need a lot of product. You get it and you foam it and you froth it together. You need just a teensy bit of this shiz. And it just turns into such a beautiful lather. It's just so smooth. Once again, your skin feels refreshed. It feels clean. It feels plump. This is a very, very non-stripping formula. So I think it would be good for sensitive skin in that way. I'm not so much sure. It does have kind of like a perfumey scent, so I'm not sure in that department if it's going to be good for sensitive skin. But overall, I've really been enjoying using that in my skincare routine. I'm super excited to use it up, but I would definitely, if you're, you know, kind of in that whole like enzyme, rice polish, sort of whatever, try that one out. It is a lot less expensive than the Tatcha one, and it is beautiful. Then something that's kind of like a skincare, I'm not sure. Like I said, I am in the process of working on using up skincare. That's what I want to do, because I'm trying to be more conscious about what I'm using, what I'm buying, not wasting product. Well, I was like going through and being like, oh, I have this, I should use this. This is the Boscia Exfoliating Peel Gel. You all know that my end-all be-all exfoliating peel gel is the one from, someone told me how to pronounce this. I'm not entirely sure, but the IOPE one that I absolutely love. So I was like, all right, let's see if we can find something that's, no, this is not similar at all. A lightweight peeling gel that works as a physical peel. No, does not. A chemical peel, maybe, and a treatment to firm and brighten skin for a healthy complexion. Oh, it wants me to apply it to dry skin. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm just a moron. But using this on wet skin a couple of times, it just didn't do anything. And it's like kind of weird because it's like this, like this gel whateverness, and it doesn't really feel like it's doing anything for me. But that could just be me because I'm a blithering moron. I will try it on dry skin now. Obviously, in that case, I'm a moron. But overall, when I've been using this, the way I kind of hallmark skincare is I have my holy grails. I got those ones there. And then I'm like, okay, are you just as good as, or are you replacing? Because if it doesn't reach that, ain't no point in, ain't no way I'm repurchasing that shiz, because I have the stuff I absolutely love, and we are constantly trying to reach that level of God tier skincare, and if it doesn't, well, then it can just, it can go bye-bye. So this is one thing that I definitely would not repurchase. Maybe, we'll see if I use it the right way. Maybe I'll change my mind. All right, next up is something that I don't typically feature on my channel, but nail polish. If y'all follow my Snapchat, you know, my good Judy JD, he don't send me all kinds of polish. Like 99.9% of the polish that I own is because he sent it to me. Well, he sent me this color from England, which is called Plot Pride Without Prejudice. It is what I am wearing on my nails today, and this, I've only worn it once, but it is so beautiful. It's like the perfect mix of blue and purple. It's that gorgeous periwinkle. The holographicness on this shiz is no joke. I mean, I just put it on my nails. Like, you look at it and you look at it in the bottle, you're like, oh, that's pretty, that's beautiful. And then I went to put it on my nails and I just about lost it. It is just absolutely stunning. stunning. I know I don't talk about nails very much. I need to start doing some nail content for y'all. A couple of y'all have asked, especially in the Patreon exclusive Discord, about what nails I do, what type of tips I use, what type of polish I use. But for this right here, it is the AA England Pride Without Prejudice nail polish. It is bomb diggity. Another sort of random thing that came about during this whole like, oh, well, I need to use this. I have this. Let's see about, you know, using this. The Too Faced bottle of unicorn tears. Yeah, no. This is supposed to be like a liquid highlighter. Now, when I think liquid highlighter, I think the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector liquids. I think my one from Collab, you know, we're even leaning into the little bit more liquidly Cover FX custom enhancer drops. This is basically water with shimmer suspended in it. This is the worst highlighting product I have ever tried. Don't mix it in with your foundation because it's just gonna make it watery AF and filled with glitter. If I try to put this over my foundation, it's a beautiful makeup remover, although after it removes your makeup, it leaves glitter. So this was something I bought because I have no self-control, probably after anti-hauling the whole friggin' collection. And this is definitely something I can probably do in my video of makeup I shouldn't have bought because it's just glitter and shimmer suspended. It's not even like oil. It is like the thinnest, liquidiest, it's just water. It gets everywhere. There is no controlling this shiz. I mean, it's just water with glitter and shimmer in it. It is a no-go for me. Worst highlighting product ever. Then last but not least is another skincare item that's sort of once again kind of in that middle ground where I'm really unsure about it. But this is the Olehenriksen, which is a brand that I typically love a lot of their products from. This is from the Transform line. Transforming Walnut scrub. Now I thought that was kind of funny because didn't everybody get all up on Kylie for releasing a walnut scrub? I'm like, well, if brands like this are doing it, why are we giving her flack? I went into Sephora. I mean, this was a while ago. This was a haul from a while ago, and I was like, I need exfoliation. And what I was looking for was a daily exfoliator. No tea, no shade. I'm not sure if the ladies into Sephora that day really knew a lot about skincare, or maybe it was because I think they may have had a supervisor in that day and they were just trying to get me to buy something that they recommended. This was the same one where the lady was like, you want an eye primer? I was like, no, I came in for something else, but I'll buy one so you stop scaring me. And y'all know your girl loves some good exfoliation, and this exfoliates, but it's a walnut scrub, which is a physical exfoliant. And you know, I get my jollies out of kind of feeling that physical whateverness, but it's no. Like using this compared, because I exfoliate probably around, I do something like this, a harsher exfoliation about every 3 to 4 days. And I don't experience anything amazing with this compared to my pore dermabrasion, my microdermabrasion, the Saturday Rub-A-Dub Skin Clean Exfoliating one, the one I have from, one from Bliss, you know, the IOPE one that I love. You know, this one just isn't giving me anything more than those other ones that I'm using, and it's probably being a lot harsher on my skin. So I don't know if I'm gonna try to return this. It's probably been way too long, and with everything being all closed up and shiz, I don't think I'm gonna be like being like, well, I need to use this up. Probably not. I may give it to my best friend Cameron or JT because they, you know, I think it might suit them better than me. But overall, this is just something, I bought it because she was there and she was like, use this. And I was like, okay, all right. You know, whenever someone gets you something or they go through the whatever of helping you and then you're too self-conscious to say no to it. Yeah, that was definitely, this could also go in a products I shouldn't have bought. Getting all kinds of makeup ideas up in here. All right, all y'all, that is the end of this month's monthly hits and misses. Your girl is sweating like a pig. Obviously, I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts about the products that I talked about. You love them, you hate them. all that jazz. And also let me know something down below that you have either been loving or despising in the wonderful month of May. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!